Hi, babies. I'm G, the host of Settle Down for What podcast. This is episode 1 officially episode 1, because I've been messing around like recording things like just like in bed, like with the mic. And I was actually going to make one of those my first episode, but I wanted it to be like official because I really do want to record, like video record as well. I feel so nervous, and I just started recording before this. And I was like, "Hi, babies. This is Jay." I was like whispering, and I was like, "Oh no!" Like I don't know why I'm whispering. There's something about, I guess, the ASMR culture. It's making me feel like I need to whisper. Hey guys. Honestly, maybe we'll do like, oh my gosh, maybe we'll do like an ASMR segment, because I don't even like ASMR, which is the funny part. Also, am I sitting awkward? Hey guys. Loosen up, girl. You got this, girl. Yeah, it's so funny because I've been wanting to do this podcast for like, let's see, probably a little over a year now. Some things happened and whatnot, which I'll get into eventually. But I always knew I was going to do it, even if like the timing wasn't right. I knew that it was going to happen one day. So I was never like super like worried about it. But yeah, wow, this feels so crazy. I'm sorry. Yeah, I have my little setup right now, like my tripod, my camera. I hope everything's recording right. I honestly have no idea. I'm not gonna lie. Literally, yeah, in my small little apartment, and I'm just doing it. Because I think that for me, and I'm sure a lot of other people can relate, where it's like you feel like if you don't have like the best of things, then you can't like just go for it, or if you don't, yeah, just have like all the things lined up. But it's so not true. It's not true. And like, don't get me wrong, like I spent some money. Like I bought a tripod. I had the camera already because I'm a photographer, and I've had my Mac too because of that. But like, yeah, you spend some money, but it doesn't have to be super crazy. And yeah, I'm just here to be myself, and like I think that's kind of what this podcast is going to be about. Just embracing ourselves, myself, and whoever I have on as a guest, because I'm definitely going to have guests, my friends, and just like people that inspire me. Yeah, I think my original thought for the theme of this podcast has kind of changed and shifted, which is cool. So I also think that's another like reason why maybe I had to wait that year. So yeah, I think that everything happens like the way it's supposed to, and I'm really excited. I'm like very ill prepared. I have like no notes. I look like I have my phone and my laptop. But there's no clue. Um, no clue. I was gonna start it by saying, "Hi, babies. This is a podcast where I have no idea what's going on, because I don't like. I've been I mean, if you could see what's happening on that side of things, it would just explain a lot. But I hope this looks nice. This is my little like fashion corner, because I'm a little fashionista. And I like to record like videos of my outfits and like get ready with me and stuff. So I do it here. And I have my little whiteboard. Christmas is in 5 days, which is crazy. And yeah, I don't think you can see my shelf up there. I honestly want to like move it down, or I think I have another one I can put there, because I definitely want some like decor in the background. I'm a big, like, aesthetics girl. Look at my nails. Wait. Wait a minute. Insane. Insane in the membrane. They are literally silver chrome, long ass, square ass nails. And they're amazing. I finally found my nail guy. And he lives 5 seconds from me. Like, literally down the road. And it's just, mwah, chef's kiss. But yeah, no, there was a few things that I wanted to talk about. Definitely like my podcast inspirations. Yeah, and just like what like held me back from starting it, or yeah, like just starting things that like I really want to do. Settle down for what I think can mean so many different things, and I kind of want each person to like define it for themselves, because to me it has several meanings. And yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna say. A lot of people, almost everyone, asked me when I told them about starting this, like, oh, what are you going to talk about? And I understand that, like, I guess you kind of have to like maybe hone in on a topic, but I just realized, like, I'm like a woman of many like thoughts and like things. And I think every time like people or society or whatever try to like make me one thing, I just like, I like can't like manage it, because I just don't like resonate with that at all. So I think we're just gonna like go with it and talk about whatever kind of comes about. I think about so many things about life, and just yeah, I'm really like passionate about like human behavior. My boyfriend thinks it's so weird of me, but yeah, I'm just like really curious about people, honestly. So like I said, I'm definitely going to like have guests on. Some are going to be like my closest friends, and then I have a little like goal list of like people that are kind of on their way to fame and things that I would love to have on. And I really think it'll happen one day. I guess that's kind of part of the dream, believing it'll happen. And I struggle with that like major. I can be like super pessimistic, but yeah, I feel like when I don't force a thought, or like, yeah, like I'm not like forcing saying like, I believe it'll happen one day. Like I actually do believe it will. 'Cause like this is just so natural for me to talk, and to talk to people, especially, and just like be inquisitive and like listen. It gets me like excited even like thinking about it. Yeah, I guess I haven't done it so much, and things have changed so much since COVID for the world and everyone individually. But I used to like go to coffee shops and just like sit down, and I'd end up like chit-chatting with someone, and you'd be surprised at like how deep you can go with a stranger. And I've always really, really valued and admired that, if those are the right words. Like I've always just been really kind of astonished by that, because then there are some people who you're like super close with that you don't really know things about. So like, yeah, humans are really interesting to me. And I'm a human, and so I'm just gonna talk, and I'm gonna be myself, and I'm not gonna pretend to be anything else. And like there's even some like feedback I got, and it's like, it's fine, but the episodes I was doing just to kind of get used to talking on this, that I probably won't put out, I would like kind of stumble on my words and things, and I was told like, oh, try to like, basically like try to not do that or whatever. And I'm like, I'm sure there's like value to that in a sense, but I just have to like, I have to just let it like be. Like I have to just let myself go, or like I won't be able to do this, because if I can't be myself through this, it's not worth it and it's pointless. Because for me, like the point of this podcast is to just like literally be me, whatever that may be. If I'm stumbling on my words or sitting like awkwardly, or and it just makes me think so much of like, this is so random, but like child star actors and things like that, or musicians that like got big when they were young. And I think about Justin Bieber because I used to be obsessed with him, but I just remember him like talking about, now that he's an adult, like he's just tired of like being told how to sit and how to speak and where your eyes should be. And, like, I think that's so insane that that was ever a thing. And I get, like, I understand, because I am a photographer, that like you do want people to do certain things so it's like aesthetically pleasing and it looks whatever. But photography is like totally different, because it's like just like you're just taking a still shot, like you're posing someone for that, which makes sense. But yeah, when it's like an interview or something, like why can't we just be ourselves? Like I don't get it. So I feel like I'm repeating myself, but yeah, just a big advocate for like, just don't let people like tell you what you should do and who you should be and how you should act and what you should say and how you should say it. No, we don't want that. We don't like that. Yeah, so I'm really excited about this. I will tell you some of the podcasts that I listen to, and dang it, I meant to double check the name of my friend's podcast. I'm the worst. Gosh dang it. Anyway, so yeah, I'll start by talking about a friend of mine, Kayla. She lives in Canada. I met her like years back, and just recently I like collaborated with her because I wanted to start this podcast, and she's a graphic designer, and she ended up sharing with me that she has a podcast, and I had no idea. And like I love that I had no idea, because it just goes to show you that like she was just doing it because she wanted to. Like she's not like trying super hard to like get famous or like, like have people know about it. And like, yeah, it was just so like subtle. And I was like, wait, what? And like I started listening to some of them, and like they're so sick. Like it's like kind of on a similar like wavelength as me and this podcast, where she's just like, talking about like just like normal life stuff. Like one of the episodes was like, you don't have to monetize your hobbies. And I was like, oh my gosh. 'Cause I feel that so much. And that's probably a whole topic I can get into about myself, of just like kind of, I guess, like the all or nothing mentality that I'm like definitely unlearning right now. But so when I get the name of the podcast, I'll let you guys know. I'm so sorry, Kayla. Another podcast that I listen to right now is Nevermind by Veronica and Kyle. They're like comedians. Yeah. I started following Veronica like, I don't know, maybe like over the past year. I have no idea how I found her. I cannot remember for the life of me. But she's just like an improv comedian, and I don't know what it is about that lately that has just totally resonated with me. And I think it's like the funniest thing ever. Like funnier than any, okay, I was gonna say funnier than any like comedy show or movie, but that's probably not true. But I'm just like really into the improv thing right now. And she originally is from Canada, moved to New York City recently, and she's been doing like improv shows in the city, and me and my boyfriend went to one, and it was like just so fun and funny. And I don't think I had ever been to an improv show. So I was just like, oh, like I want to start getting into this and like maybe even do it. Like, I don't know. Something about that is just really, really cool to me. But her and her business partner and friend, Kyle, they just started a podcast recently. It's called Nevermind. And I don't know. I just freaking love them. I don't, like, I can't even explain it. And I feel like it's like, if you know, you know type of thing. I don't know if, like, anyone I know would even, like, be interested in watching them. But I guess because I've been following them on Instagram, it makes the podcast even better because I'm like, oh my God. Like, I feel like, you know, when you feel like you know someone, I mean, that's very, I was going to say normal, but it's not really normal, but it's like a very common, like, feeling that we all share with, like, whatever, celebrities and things like that. So yeah, they are freaking hilarious to me, and just watching their dynamic and like I said, like just being so like interested in human behavior. I'm like always like observing like just everything, and it's just so fun. Um they've been a huge inspiration to me, honestly, because they're not like huge, like they're not like super famous. They literally like live in, I don't know, Brooklyn or like New York City, like Manhattan or whatever. And they just like sit on a little couch like against the wall. Like there's nothing special behind them. They literally like they just do it. They just do it. And that's like what I'm doing. I'm like, I just want to like just do it. Like, yeah, sure. I'm sure all of us that are starting things like this, like I'm sure we have this like idea of what we would ideally want it to like look like or be like or have on your table or on your walls, or but it'll come, and like you have to start somewhere. And I think that's why I love their podcast, and honestly it really pushed me to start mine, because you can just tell they're just like they're starting from the bottom, and like there's no shame in it, and they talk about it, and they're just like, yeah, like, we're just like trying this thing out. And like Kyle just doesn't really have like too much, I guess, it seems like experience with like video editing, but he's like, yeah, we're just like messing around and like just trying it out. And like I love that. I love the authenticity of that, because I just feel like we are so like consumed, in my opinion, by, especially like on social media, by just like everything looking so perfect and top notch. And like it's almost like, did anyone start from the bottom? Like, you know what I mean? So like for me to be able to follow them from like now, and then I'm sure see where they go, and I hope even there are people like watching this of mine that it's like, yeah, I'm just in my studio apartment, and like who knows, where this will take me, and like where I'll record next, and who I'll interview. And yeah, definitely appreciate realness, authenticity, and like I said, like I literally live in basically a shoebox, but like I'm just making it work. Like I think I'm finally at the point where like I'm not letting those things hold me back, because those things can really like really weigh you down when you feel like you're not good enough, or you feel like you don't have the right tools and things to get where you need to go. But I really believe that, I hate the saying like, if you want it bad enough, you'll do it. Like I really hate that saying so much, because know if I believe that, but I do think there's a way to mentally crawl out of that, like, I guess, like, victim kind of, like, posture and, like, just, like, work with what you got. And that's what I'm doing. Like, honestly, if this looks like a table, it's literally not. It's literally not. I just got, honestly, I might cry even thinking about it because I was hysterically crying over it last night. My best friend Amanda just graciously gave me a beautiful desk, and I had put it right here against this wall and made it really cute for myself. And it was something I was just like so excited about because, like I said, I live in such a small space. There's not much like space for me to like have like a certain spot that I just feel like so good and safe in. And I finally made it for myself with this desk. And last night after work, I was feeling surprisingly like energetic enough to record a get ready with me video, which doesn't really happen usually after work for me. But that's another thing I'm trying to work on. Like, it's kind of like if I just like feel it like in the moment, like just do it. Even if it doesn't matter. Like, doesn't matter what time it is, doesn't matter like what's going on, like just do it. And so I was about to just do it, but I had to move the desk because I needed the space. And I'm moving the desk, and there was like a bunch of stuff on it. I had plants and a candle and everything. I don't know why I didn't move it. I guess maybe I should have, but I thought it was just going to be a quick, easy like slide over. And I'm pushing it over and I feel it start to wobble. And I was like, let me like push it a little more. And then it's like really wobbly. It felt like really wobbly on one side. So I was like, oh my gosh. And I'm like trying to figure out like what to do. So I'm like, okay, let me try to go to the other side and like just make it balanced. So I go to the other side, and the whole one side of the table literally just fell down. The legs of the table just like kicked out underneath, and everything that was on my table slid right off and shattered into 1,000 pieces. Yeah. So dude, I actually started sobbing. Like, wow. It's honestly hard for me to talk about. I had just gone to a little paint and sip class, and I painted a beautiful planter for my poinsettia, and it broke. Yeah. The candle that I really love broke. Yeah. So I was pretty shook. I was upset for a while. I was crying for a bit. And honestly, probably like maybe a year ago, that would have like absolutely like wrecked me, and just I would have shut down, and I wouldn't have tried to rise above it. I don't know if this is silly. This might be silly to some people, but I'm sure some of you relate. I had my moment. I literally laid in bed and cried and cried and cried. And then I was just like, you know what? I'm still going to record my video. So I slid my broken desk now over and made my video. And I'm very proud of myself for doing it. I'm really proud of myself, honestly, because I feel like those are the moments that are really you're gonna be reminded of how strong you are. Like, those are the moments. Gosh dang it. Wow. I got a call. Sorry. Not really sure how to make sure that doesn't happen again, but maybe it's a good thing. I was getting really into that story about the desk, which it's like, obviously there was something so deeper to that, which I do know. But I don't think we have to go there. I don't even know if that's going to mess up the video or audio or anything. I have absolutely no clue. But yeah, so I did my get ready with me video last night. After that happened, I was very proud of myself. But then I was planning on recording my podcast today because I had off. And I was like, before the desk broke, I was like, this is perfect. Now I have a little space to do my podcast. I can just do it at the desk. It's so cute. Yeah, well, couldn't do that anymore, right? So then I'm like, should I not record it today? But then when am I going to be able to record it? Like, all these thoughts are going through my head. And again, in the past, I probably just would have been so overwhelmed and trying to figure it out that I would just do nothing. But I literally was like, you know what? And I didn't really say that to myself, I guess. I didn't say, you know what? But I was just like, I'm going to make another way. Like, I'm sure I can figure something out. Even if I just sat in the chair and I didn't have the desk, which I was thinking of doing. But my mic needs somewhere to, like, sit. I did take it off of this when I oh my gosh, I just realized, because this was on the desk when it fell too, and I just realized there's a little, like, dent in the, oh my freaking gosh. Hopefully that's the only, guys, it was a big deal, honestly. But yeah, so this piece of wood is from the desk. It was a piece that was like underneath, and I took it off the other day because I didn't want it there. It was like a board on the back. And then I just have my like outdoor like patio table here, and then I laid this piece on top. So it looks probably like this is the whole table, and it's not. And also the broken desk is right here. Literally, I can touch it. I can literally touch it. Oh, my stomach just growled. I'm going to drink water. One sec. Another thing about just watching podcasts now for so long is that, like, I've learned a lot of little tips and tricks that they do with, like, like making sure that, yeah, like little noises, like, don't pick up. I have no idea if I'm doing it right. This is kind of like crazy because I have the video going, I have the audio going, and I'm just going. But, like, I don't really know if it's all, like, working together. No clue. Probably gonna have to ask my friend Liz to help me. She's another inspo of mine. Yeah. So, what was it? Veronica and Kyle's podcast. Yes. And then, my all-time favorite podcast in person, honestly, is Congratulations by Chris D'Elia. I wonder if that's shocking to the people, because when I say it out loud, it feels like weird. Like, why do I watch him? But I know why. Oh, I know why. And no, it's not because I think he's hot or anything like that. I'm not even attracted to him in that way. My brothers used to watch him, but I didn't watch him when they watched him. And then I don't know when or how I started to watch him, but me and my friend Amanda both just started watching him like so much. And he did get canceled, so that was a very big thing that happened. And me and her we were upset. We weren't sure what to do. We weren't sure if we should, just give up on him, or it sounds like I'm joking, but I'm really not joking. Or like stick by his side through it. And I think I had a moment when it first happened that I was just like, I'm done. I'm done with him. And then I was kind of like, like just trying to research about what happened and everything, and whatever. Everyone's gonna have their own opinion, and I don't really care, honestly. But he did come out like a year later, maybe, with just like a very authentic video and apology, I guess. But not even really. Just kind of like, this is where I'm at. Like, this is what has happened over the past year and what I'm doing to better myself and yada yada. So I decided to like follow him through it, and like he has really, really like grown and changed so much. It just like, it makes me so like happy and like excited to just watch him and like watch his story. And honestly, yeah, that's why me and Amanda just like love him, because he's very real. Like, yeah, it's just so good. Yes, and he's also freaking hilarious, and he just has the same kind of brain as me, and it's just, there's just something about him that just really resonates with me. And he also has a podcast with his brother called Lifeline, and they like give advice to people. Like you could submit videos, and I actually submitted one once and it made it on. So that was really, really exciting. Yeah, I feel like sometimes I like underestimate the things that have happened, like the cool things that have happened in my life and stuff. But really recently I've been realizing like, I guess cool things do like happen to me a lot. Like I saw Justin Bieber once in New York City, like literally like just living his life, like getting his hair cut. Yeah, like I just noticed, like I've seen like, and there's just been little things that happen that like I don't really know if they happen to like many people. Like just the other day, literally 2 days ago, I saw one of the girls from Love is Blind on a subway in New York City. Like, what? Like, I don't know. It's just so bizarre. Also, back in like the fall, I think it was, there's this influencer on Instagram, Holy Hippie, that I like just love. Like, she has been a major, major fashion influence for me. But she was having like a closet sale in Brooklyn, and me and my friend Savannah went. So I got to meet her. She's my little fashion inspo girl. And then the same day, literally not kidding, we went to get ice cream, me and Savannah, and we're online, and I'm like looking at the guy in front of me, and I'm like, and I look at Savannah, I'm like, do you know who Joe Santagato is? And she's like, no. And I'm like, oh, that's him. And she was like, who is him? Like pretty like well-known YouTuber, I guess to me he is. He was literally the first YouTuber I ever followed and like actually like waited every Tuesday until his new episode came out. And yeah, so I was like, should I say something? Like, he was with his girlfriend. I'm like, I don't want her to feel weird. But I was like, whatever. And I was just like, are you Joseph? And I got him. He's like, yeah. And so we took a photo together, and I thought that was really cool. Like, I don't know, it just felt like two, like, kind of like influential people in my life. Like, I got to meet. And like, those are the things I think recently that have really been just like sparking that, like, just go for it. Just do it. Like, you know, like those little like confirmations of like, you're on the right track kind of thing. I was a little upset at how he, like, his energy was just like so off. But I mean, whatever. I guess he was just like living his life. But on his podcasts, I mean, I don't really watch. I don't know if he has a podcast by himself anymore, or a video, like, YouTube channel or whatever. But I know he has a podcast with his friend Frankie, and it's The Basement Yard, which I watch like every so often. But he's always so like ridiculous and loud and like silly, and like I guess that's what I was expecting, but it's okay. He's literally human. He was just getting ice cream with his girl. Yeah, so I don't know. There's just been a lot of inspirational things happening, I guess, to get me to this point of actually doing this. And here we are, BBs. You guys are my BBs, and I want you to know that right now, right off the bat, you're my BB. Yeah, I'm really weird. That's something you will find out if you don't know me. Okay, other podcasts. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I also watch Jay Shetty's podcast, On Purpose. Every so often. That one's like pretty deep. But I kind of feel like all the podcasts that I listen to have a theme. I do. Like, they're silly, but they're real, and they can be deep, but they can be so stupid. And I think that's honestly me in a nutshell. And me and my friend Amanda, like, we're so like that, where like we could be like laughing about something so stupid. Why did I say laughing? Laughing. Oh boy. Laughing about something like so entirely dumb, and then be like, but like humans, right? Like, just like the way we think, it's so crazy. Like, I just can't believe like we just like go off on a tangent about a random, not even a tangent, just like a one-liner. Like, we'll just like text each other like, life is so weird, right? Like, I just saw someone on the street, like, they have like a whole story that I have no idea about, or like just something so random like that. And I love that about myself, and I love that about, honestly, a lot of my friends are like that. And I think it's really cool. I think it's an awesome quality to be able to, just have fun, but then also think a little more deeply. And yeah, I think that, I guess, yeah, the Jay Shetty one is like not really funny at all. It's more like serious. But oh my gosh, how could I forget? Oh my gosh, Theo Vaughn, dude, this past weekend. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Theo. He is like probably Chris Theo. Like, they're head to head there, because I freaking love that guy so much. He's the biggest weirdo and like sweetest soul. I just like, you can't fake that or force that. Like, he is so just who he is. and I freaking adore it. I saw him live. I've seen Chris live. I've seen Theo live, Veronica live. So, yeah, it's no big deal. No, but oh my gosh, yeah, he is. he's a very hard person to explain. So if you don't know who he is, just go watch it. Just go watch a podcast of his. But yeah, all these guys, honestly, I guess all these people have been an inspiration to me at some point, and whether I even realized it or not at the time, like now that I'm doing this, I realize that they really have influenced me a lot, and I just resonate with each of them, for their own reason, and now I get to make my own podcast, and like hopefully people will resonate with it, and yeah, I'm so excited. Oh, my stomach is growling, bro. Yeah, I think that's kind of it. I just wanted to just introduce myself. I'm G. This is Settle Down for What? What are we settling down for? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out. Yeah. It's like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I do. I do, but I don't. So if you felt that, then I hope that you will continue listening to my podcast. I'm really hoping to just stay consistent with this. I can see how hard it must be to stay consistent. You're like not always in the mood to like record. I would assume. I'm just like hoping to just continually push through like these feelings when I'm not like in the mood to do something, because like just as much as I said before, like just as much as I am trying to like lean into just like, oh, when I'm feeling like doing it, just do it, I'm also trying just as hard to like lean into like when I don't feel like doing something to do it. So, and like in between there's like boundaries and like limitations and things, but yeah, like there's been times where like I really wanted to record like an outfit get ready with me video, but like I was just like, I didn't feel like excited, I didn't feel really like happy, I guess. But I was like, who cares, like just do it. Like I don't have to be super happy. And also usually when I like start, like when I put music on and I start doing it, I get like more like in the mood. So yeah, that's kind of it. And I'm really starving. I haven't eaten today. So I think I'm going to end it here. And I hope you enjoyed the first episode of Settle Down for What. Thanks.